Hello. Hello. Okay, yeah, mic's working. Yippee, yippee. Hello, hello. I am here with a wonderful little web serial for me, and I am ready to read. But yeah, I've been, kind of silent these past couple days, but also like really busy because I actually finished making a web visual novel last night. And I'll post more about it later. I didn't have time. I was like, fuck, it's getting late. Oh shit, I really want the read link about this week, but it's okay. I'll post about it later. That's really cool. You just gotta trust me. It's a fucking I guess I could show it really quick because I have the site open right here. Let's see. It's it's it's, it's on. I have it hosted on. I guess I could also check itch.io. I could just open it to. This is easier though because it's the same thing. See? Hmm. Well, yeah, it works. That's all you need. It works. Oh, it's also on itch.io. Let me get the link because I don't have to like navigate through all my pages. But I made a visual novel and I really just wanted to show it for 5 seconds, but it's not working on the web page I made. Okay, this is the one I made. And I realized that I still cannot open that here because I don't have. But yeah, there it is. If anyone want to see it, I submitted it to a game jam that is absolutely tonally dissonant from it. For some reason, I was just like, yeah, this shit does not fit the theme at all. Send it. I mean, I mean it when it says horror like I could definitely play it through and see how people would see, ooh, this is definitely has a horror vibe to it. But I personally am not bothered. It does not bother me. I'm built different. Yeah, it's weird because when I run it like on my laptop, like it runs the game on the website I gave, but when I opened it on my computer, it just didn't work. There's no difference between them. Because I don't have any extensions. This is like the browser I keep clean and like blank in case I want to like stream browser stuff, so I don't have to worry about like leaking anything. So I'm not logged into anything on here. That's weird. Oh well, the one I sent should work. Tried and true tested. I can confirm. But yeah, it's the one I like, talked about a little bit when I did my like writing stream a couple weeks ago. And I hope it is enjoyable to those who wish to play it. But that's that. We're talking about link rot today. Sweating at the fact I have not worked on my own web serial in a while. But yeah, this one looks really cool and I want to like explore it a bit on stream, because with like little things, it's just nice to like be like, whoa, look at that, so cool in person. All right, let me see. We're on the about page now. There are quite a few pages. This is just like yeah, donation credits. All kitties, little babies. And this is the about. Just looking at all the other pages before we commit to anything. I see there's like a couple things here. Nothing? No secrets yet. Query: what is link rot? Link rot is a multimedia web serial created by Crowscant and hosted on NeoCities. Very true. It updates when I finish things, which is usually every 1 or 2 months. Bad things happen in it. Usual content warnings. body horror, schizophobia, suicidal, gore, lots of abuse, murder, things. The usual, basically. I'm joking. The kind of stuff you see. What's it about? Oh, cool. Lingra follows those within a research station, one dedicated to the study and containment of a newly discovered life form. Complications arise following its unexpected merge with the station's AI. A research station, everything that goes wrong within, a fruitless struggle to regain control you never had, how our past haunts us, and how escape is a luxury most people do not get. Follow me, okay? Okay. Does this website work on my phone? The site is semi-functional on mobile, but platform restrictions mean that some features simply will not translate. A computer is a recommended way of navigating and interacting with the site. You can do whatever you want, though. Classic mobile restrictions, I know. I kind of compromised with mobile in the end, but honestly, I respect people who just do like cool shit. The kind of cool shit you can always really like appreciate on PC. Who's the creator? Where can I find their work? Oh yeah. Mal. Cool. So that's the about. We got navigation, which is looks to be like a kind of like just a way to click ahead. But we're not clicking ahead. I'm just looking for any secrets. The little social media feed. Last updated half a month ago. So let's start the first transmission. See where it takes us. Interview 1321. Are you comfortable? I am, thanks for asking. Feeling okay? Mostly, got a bit of a headache and I'm sore as hell, but they said that's normal. Hey, what's the verdict on painkillers? No. Conflicts with the stabilizers. What? Who would have thought? Alrighty, Pain Town it is. You can start the broadcast whenever. Already did. Oh shit. Here I thought you just liked talking to me. Hey, psychologists evaluate me. I'm like so normal, so well adjusted. Cute too. It's good you're in such high spirits. I know the whole process wasn't easy. It kind of was for me. All I did was wake up. And yeah, I felt like shit at first. And I still feel like shit, don't get me wrong. But compared to what the people behind that curtain are going through, I don't know. I'm kind of just chilling. Perks of being a lab rat. Though the real growing pains will probably kick in after a few more days. Remember when I got my surgery? The second week was the grossest. But I sucked ass as cleaning, so maybe that was my fault. Don't think I'm allowed to do that now. Not in the slightest. Your long-term memory is holding up nicely. Tell me about a childhood experience. They're all pretty bad, Chief. Once I shoved my older brother off the sofa because he beat me in a bootleg go-kart game. Knocked one of his baby teeth out, too. I bred with ice cream so Mom didn't tear me a new one. I was a shithead. What can I say? Chario vibes. I never took you for a sore loser. Oh, I was the worst. Still am. Just better at hiding it. I'm dog shit at video games. Most games, actually. So I try to avoid anything super competitive or else I'll kill the vibe. It's one of my twisted and fucked up secrets. Do you want another? No. Tell me about your first romantic relationship. Youth. It was one of those really weird codependent friendships that started my late high school era and got really out of hand. Category 5 incident of dumb kids not knowing how to handle their feelings. Wait, does it count if we never kissed? You know, I'm not sure. It's probably one where you did kiss your partner. I think I was 22? Maybe? No, 21. I hooked up to the drummer in their band I played with. Wasn't anything too crazy. I liked her because she was tall and had a sick-ass side shave. Plus, super cool blue-red hair. The ombre, man. Love a good ombre. Why did you break up? God, you just love ripping me apart, huh? Don't worry, it was nothing crazy. I kinda outgrew her. She was really into my early 20s angst, and I got tired of that. Mostly because I figured out I liked being alive. Left the band too. Wonder what they're up to now. Probably dead. Anyone ever tell you you're a depressing fuck? You'd be the first. Oh, my soggy friend, I'm honored to be the bearer of bad news. We aren't friends. Soggy associate? Stay on track. Cut loose a little. You only have one more prompt. It's a doozy when I remember. Let me have my levity. If you don't want to answer, stop deflecting with bad jokes and tell me. Jesus, pull a stick out of your ass. Stop treating me like a baby. I'm not How many times do I have to repeat myself? You've been through a lot. More than most people. There's no shame in needing a break. I mean, there is. You won't admit it, but there definitely is. Hey, don't give me that look. Seriously. Think about it from my point of view. What's the point of all this if I'm too fucking neurotic and fragile to finish a conversation? I'd be doing a disservice to everyone who slaved away to make this possible. And I get the concern, but like, I don't know. Shit might be uncomfortable, but I don't think I have the right to check out. Not yet. All this to say, I'm a tough nut to crack. I like my jokes and I've been doing fine. Continue, boss guy. Alright. Tell me how it all went wrong. Huh. See these numbers at the bottom. I wonder if they mean anything, like a cipher. I'm unfortunately not cipher-headed enough. I'm gonna look at the page source. I could tell exactly by that comment what the base of this was. I'm looking in case there's any secrets here. Class style. Fuck. Felt. I don't think there's any secrets here. Alright. Let's go. I'm gonna be looking at the page source every time and I'm gonna see all the secrets. Connection established. We got a video. Wait, I have the audio on, right? It should be on. I'm gonna play and just check real quick just to make sure. Yeah, it's on. I'll turn up a bit. Okay, now it's loud enough. Is there any, is this just like a, is there a video? Or is it just for atmosphere? I'll let it play. Memory movement 1 year, 2 months. That's just the, okay. I'm investigating the page. I can listen to it. Okay, it's not a video. Okay, let's keep scrolling then. 1 year, 2 months. One inaction, Ninny. That's all it takes. 0, 0, 0. It is 10 days following the day you are meant to die that they send you back. Wrapped in a red Teflon jumpsuit and weighed down by work boots with too much space at the toes. The uniform you wear would only be considered complete with a mask and ventilator, but you are given neither. Your safety is no longer a priority. The only concern is it recognizing you. With no mask, your pale and pimpled face is offensively bare to the world. It is riddled with exhaustion, childly soft, framed by choppy, lusterless clumps of dark hair. After everything, you spitefully kept it shaved to the skin, but these last few months froze the anger over. It must be the cold outside. Who are you, anyway? The small square of plastic tacked onto your file declares your name, but nobody has ever called you that in months. Maybe half a year. Maybe ever. Time is strange. It flows all at once and not at all. The current moment lasts forever. 3 months ago feels like yesterday. In the future... Do you even have a future? Nobody else around here has one. Why are you any different? The station is where there should be dead pretend otherwise, where the prisoners are just as trapped as their wardens. Beyond its walls lay a frozen wasteland, and beyond that is a world in decline. If things go as they should, you will never see it again. Your head hurts. Your skull is too small and blood pounds behind your eyes. 10 days ago, you were beaten into a concussion by the armor-clad man-things currently escorting you. They are terribly upset about your survival, but the fact their brutality did not go unnoticed. If you could see their faces, the guilt from one, resentful glare of the other, the way their utter disdain would eat you alive. You can't see anything beyond their dark visored masks, so you bask in the bliss of ignorance and focus on keeping pace. Collapsing is not an option. You would rather avoid being dragged around like a disrespected corpse. Not that they would dare subject you to that. You're an asset now. Enough of an asset that the head doctor, dark and faceless, dressed in Sarah White, spent the last 10 days monitoring your health with the utmost worry. She drew your blood and fed you vitamins and dimmed the lights in your room to help with the pounding headache you surely had. When she asked about the source of your concussion, you did not reply. She made a fuss about how a week was not nearly enough time to recover. Her theatrics bought you 4 more days of rest. Or they should have. This morning, you were shaken awake and warned there would be dire consequences if you're not dressed in 15 minutes. The head doctor apologized profusely. She said, "We don't have time, and you have to go now." Her eyes were wide and watery and on the verge of crying. Your brain, on the verge of bursting, barely noticed. You shut your eyes to dull the sound and nodded along. You did not move fast enough. Nothing happened. Oh, hi! Thank you for the follow. Nice to meet you. We're reading. Oh, there's a mouse thing here. Yeah, move fast enough, nothing happened. You did not move fast enough, nothing happened. No. What the hell is going on here? It's been half an hour since then, and you still haven't said a word. You are... What are you? Angry? Anxious? Afraid? Your face is set in stone, dark eyes too unfocused to read. A fear would not be a stretch to assume. Every condemned before you was afraid, terribly so. Their cries echoed down the winding metal and concrete halls. They begged mercy to the uncaring and prayers to the unhearing. The loudest were sedated to incoherency, but never enough to fall unconscious. It preferred its meals moving, aware, or so rumors claim. The comparisons remind you of a cat playing with its prey. Oh my god, what are they doing? What is going on here? Oh, I guess they were gonna sacrifice me, and then I didn't. Hi! Oh, thank you! It's going good, how are you? Oh, as good as it can be, apparently reading about a human sacrifice to unknown monster. It's no good. 10 days ago, you returned unscathed and were questioned for hours. Your survival was unprecedented, and it refused to say why it deigned to spare you as opposed to the hundreds it had killed without a second thought. So the head researcher, tall and bony and terrible, turned to you for answers. He demanded, with words that blurred into nonsense. He kept you locked in an interrogation room until you passed out, then apologized when you crawled your way back to consciousness. Aw, can't imagine the better way. Aw, well, I'm glad you're settled in and enjoying it. You weren't sure how the apology went, but the cheap ceiling LED silhouetted him like a halo, painful and holy. He held out his hand, and you did not take it. You'd think you locked eyes, but your leaking brain lashed out and his features turned to forgotten mush. He said, "Oh, Jesus, I think she's dying," and shit, and hey, can you hear me? You did not reply. Even if it would save you, the words stuck in your throat and threatened to choke you out. That doesn't mean you didn't try. Lips parting to mutter, "I don't know why I'm alive. I don't have a reason. You're hurting me. Please stop." And failing to even make a noise. You shut your mouth in shame, and he took your silence as an admission of guilt. And thus came your penance. He claimed it demanded your return, but you were not blind to the satisfaction on his lips when reading out your sentence. Make no mistake, this event is part retribution, part bargain, and part sickening curiosity to see if you'll return again. The deeper you descend, the less you recognize. This is to be expected. Once you hit the sublevels, the station changes at random. An unfortunate side effect of what was trapped within. Hallways leading nowhere, rooms that disappear when you blink. Certain areas are unchanged, but always ensure the path. There is never how it was before. Sometimes you'd see pieces of it, Sinews, tendons, chaining pipes together, fatty growths of blood tissue creeping up from cheap tile, like some malformed, half-finished reflection of your own internals. Horrible and beautiful. The station below is perpetually in flux, but the blood bag you follow navigates it effortlessly. All of them do, because it is a part of them. The smart and terrible people in charge devised the means of implanting the horrible reflection into humans, linking them to a building-wide neural network of something that should not exist. The blood bags roam in its halls freely and cannot be killed by it. A necessity and a death sentence. Medication keeps it compatible with the human body for a time, but time dwindles quickly. Oh my goodness. When the sand finally settles at the bottom of the hourglass, they will suffer the same fate as any human who comes into contact with it. And it bolds when you... Oh wait, it shows more text here. Okay, let's go look up. After you left, the head doctor put her head in her hands and said, "Jesus Christ, not again." She recorded 6 names you did not know in a damage report you did not see. She lit a cigarette and took a deep drag. She prayed whatever it wanted with you would be enough to fix everything. Wishful thinking, doctor. I see. But any other human can pull away, separate as you are. Maybe you will lose a limb. Maybe you will lose more, but you will be alive, and with living comes recovery, and with recovery comes a new normal in the rest of your life. They are not as fortunate. In 6 months, a year, 2 at most, they will fall victim to the failures of their flesh. It isn't their fault. They were led down this path and promised a way out. They trusted. They were lied to. Now they are doomed to die at a glacial pace. It will hollow through their bodies from the inside out. They will chew holes through their brains. It will grow along their dark armor like festering mold, fusing their skin to its insides and splitting open when it no longer fits. The black carbide ceramic is not a means of protection. It is a prison and a tomb and a monument to those stupid enough to think coexistence is possible. Thank God for the helmets, one researcher remarked. My goodness. Sometimes it's a piece. That is crazy. They're doing some crazy things in here. You were never particularly bothered by their fate. The beasts in black armor stopped being human the moment they underwent their first round of treatment. Maybe even before. They did not deserve the sympathy, not when they spent their final years making your life a living hell. Goodbye and good riddance. Okay, so the armored guys are just... oh... interesting. You try not to think about what it feels like. You can never stomach the idea of a slow death. You don't want to sink. You want to dive in and be done with it. But you're strange in particular. Maybe a crawl to the finish line is easier to accept, especially if you aren't ready to admit what you want. The one leading you stops. You nearly slam into its backside. It turns to face the other, and they exchange low, harsh words in a language you should understand, but can't. A laugh follows. Then, the one leading puts a gentle hand on you, and your chest tightens so suddenly you fear it might collapse into a black hole. If you were bigger, if you were bolder... Oh, this is a Link Rot. It's a web serial that I've heard about and I've wanted to read for a while. It's about, basically it's kind of like, it's about an anomaly that takes over a station's AI and bad stuff happens. That's basically the summary. I'm assuming that the bad stuff will be happening. I mean, there's already bad stuff happening, but it seems like the kind of routine bad stuff, like it just kind of happens. And it's gonna all go wrong. Like they're trying to contain something they don't understand, and they're gonna reap the consequences for it, kind of be it. If you were bigger, if you were bolder, maybe you'd lash out at the unwanted touch. It would not be the first time such an event has occurred. Desperation turns to violence, with the powerless beating their fists against the wall, imprisoning them. Their hands will bloody and break before anything changes. The only death that can truly free them is their own. Be able to handle that? You blink. The world sighs and repeats itself. IS ate the last cleanup crew they sent down, so central processing is going to be a massacre. He sighs like a bored teenager with a part-time job. Bodies, blood, probably some stray organs. The works. You know how it is. Blood and bodies. Blood and bodies and blood. You do, in fact, know how it is. The smell makes you queasy. The sight makes your eyes glaze over. You've seen more than enough viscaria for your lifetime and every lifetime following, but the world seems determined to show you more. The last sentence is too loud and overly enunciated, because he's picked up on your tendency to lose yourself in thought. Or maybe he thinks you're an idiot. Can you handle that? Can you? You pause in consideration, real consideration, then realize your answer does not matter. If you say no, the only change would be how your captors see you. The confrontation itself is inevitable. Your comfort is and always will be a rarely indulged second thought, and honesty is a weakness to be catalogued and preyed upon. So you nod, half lying. You can handle anything if you distance yourself enough. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you think it looks cool. If you do, I'm totally cool with that. If you're down to do that, and if you want to credit me, you could probably just linking to my itch.io account or like my Blue Sky is perfectly fine. I'm fine with either of those. Thank you. That means a lot to me that someone thinks something I made is cool and wants to play it for the people to see. Thank you. Alrighty, he says, with enough pep to make your ears hurt. You're technically supposed to be in there alone, but one of us can tag along like we do for maintenance and cleanup crews. Might keep it from getting too aggressive. How's that sound? You shake your head and think, I hope it kills me. He takes your silence as misplaced confidence and whistles, Kid's tough. But damn, no wonder they sent you here. It's a half compliment, half jab. You don't care enough to notice either. They share another laugh, then the first steps to the side of you. Behind him is a large sealed bulkhead door, plainly marked Central Processing Number 1. Thank you. But yeah, let me know. I gotta see. I gotta see. Thank you. I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool. Thank you again. I will be keeping an eye out. A little salute. Alright, let's see. Yeah. You were here 10 days ago, stood outside like every sacrifice that came before. You still aren't certain what happened that day. Your brain refuses to tell you. You remember stumbling towards the light. Dehydrated, exhausted, and covered in blood, you did not bleed. You were hauled to the surface by the same pair escorting you now. You were the corpse then. Were you afraid, during and after? Were you happy? After the dust settled, you were kept... You wept in ocean, and the head doctor shoved an IV into your vein and stalled dehydration. The source of your sorrow remains unclear. It was not fear, sloughing off like dead skin. It was not relief, overwhelming and earth-shattering. It was hot anger streaming from your face, down your face, shame seizing and shifting your ribs, paralyzed by the injustice of it all. The bulkhead opens without prompt, an abject rusted agony. Behind it is a wall of darkness, barely displaced by the dim and dying bulbs above. Another hand, this one nudging you forward. You take a wobbly step, then another, and another, and another, until you cross the threshold into nothing. The outside light frames you like some wretched divine thing. You struggle to breathe. A moment passes, and a door closes as painfully as it pulled apart, unwilling to risk your escape. You aren't stupid enough to try, but you do spare a final glance at your would-be murderers. Your eyes are pleading, and your mouth is a thin line. Maybe if you were honest, they would have saved you. Probably not. The first says, "Don't die, Pipsqueak," and waves a mock salute. He and the light are swallowed by slow-moving steel. In the darkness, the door settles. Outdated machinery seals the bulkhead in place, grinding against itself like old bone on bone. Their movements echo twice as loud through the pitch black until abruptly silenced by a low, warning hiss. You think about calling out. You think about begging. You think about how unfair it is that you're going through this again. Sweat sticks your shirt to your back, and your vision would be blurred if you could see anything. You bite your cheek until you taste blood. You wait. And wait. And then light. I'm gonna take a sip real quick. Bright, cold light, abrupt and painful, bathing the room in blessed clarity. The sharp pain behind your eyes is a relieving and unfortunate reminder that you are alive. Disoriented, but alive. You scan your tome in mute shock. The tome is less a tome, more so a halfway point between a dingy office and inside of a computer. It is clean and comfortably small, but the air is stale and carries a faint undercut current of something sour. The floor is dark linoleum and the ceiling is cheap tile. 2 thin LEDs burn above. Scratched panels and bundles of red wires decorate the walls, neatly outlining everything in 100,000 circuits. All feed into an unassuming metal plastic computer terminal. Oh. How many more times do I have to explain myself until it's over? Huh. 10 days following the day you are meant to die, you find yourself trapped once again. Across the room, the terminal flickers on. Is there anything else here? I don't see anything else. Okay. Let's approach. Return. Oh, you have video? Oh yeah, video. I'll full screen it. Maintenance, onboarding, and training. Your mission. As a maintenance drone, you're responsible for the continued care and repair of Observer 2. This includes cable management, cable replacement, hardware cleaning, hardware replacement, software optimization, debugging, and much more. Oh. What is going on? I do love my training videos. You, alongside your newly assigned team, will go through staff-provided training over the course of 3 weeks to ensure your long-term success. I don't think we're gonna survive those 3 weeks of training. This includes a 2-week-long certification course and exam, shadowing experienced maintenance drones, and guidance from OT itself. You're in good hands. I don't feel like I am. I don't know about that. You alongside your newly assigned— oh god. Oh, the text is weird. You alongside your newly assigned team will go through staff-provided training. Okay. Yeah, I already read. Okay. Already read that. You were selected due to your outstanding performance and your previous position. Your dedication earned you one of the most prestigious roles available to drones, and we are so happy to have you. With your help, we hope to keep Observer 2 running smoothly. Oh boy. What are the benefits? Maintenance drones have shorter work hours, higher quality living conditions, and a guarantee of no solo maintenance. Additionally, your outside communication is monthly, you earn a wage, and you provide extra amenities. Did you know? In spite of rumors, maintenance drones occupy one of the safest positions on the station. I don't know. If there's rumors, then I trust the rumors. Oh. OT isn't just a security system. Query via terminal and it will answer your questions to the best of its ability. If it is unable to provide a sufficient answer, contact your supervisor. So OT is like the observer AI, maybe? Is that the one mentioned in the plot summary? The maintenance training. Estimated time 20 minutes. Press Y to confirm. Confirmed. Enter name to proceed. Confirmed. Hello, fodder. Welcome back. This video's... Oh. I don't know if it'll show my... Oh, wait, no, I'm not logged in. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was. I was cautious. Back to words. This is interesting. I've got more audio, I see. One mistake leads to another. In a strained, crackling hush that can hardly be described as a speaking voice, you say, I'm supposed to be dead. A group of 5 drones work to scrape a growth from the wall of a stairwell. The mass is pried free and sealed in an airtight, biodegradable plastic bag, then stacked in a reinforced containment cart alongside other bags in varying stages of digestion. 2 drones seal the cart with steel and lead, and other three wheel it deeper into the station. A de facto leader, perhaps chosen for the width of her shoulders, spares a glance at the 6th member. The aforementioned 6th sits at the bottom of the stairwell, back turned towards the remaining group, helmet off. No obscenity is foul enough, no plea is kind enough to make them work. Lawyer tells herself, you can't help people who don't want to be helped, and it's not your responsibility. Truth does nothing to lessen the guilt. She turns away. The terminal ceases any and all activity. The corporate speak and cherry introductions are replaced by blank black screen, reflecting your face like a light in the dark. You stare, slack-jawed, ears crackling at the whine of a sawtooth wave. Oh god, I broke it, you think? Your vow of silence lasted 103 days. Based on extensive testing, your larynx is free of apraxia, and your sustained brain damage, both in recent memory and your undocumented medical history, have not yet scrambled your language capabilities. Ergo, you are capable of speech. Ergo, hearing your voice should not be surprising. After an aeon of waiting, you're graced with a response. A wave of relief washes over you, but only for a moment. Clarification. You are not here to die. Okay, you reply, barely audible. You are not aware it could talk. You're still not sure what it is, but your voice escapes regardless. It is a perplexing contradiction. Speaking to your fellow man is paramount to the cruelest of torture, but replying to the prompts of a computer thing is only as painful as your throat is dry. In the interest of transparency, you force yourself to ask, are you Observer too? Yes and no. Updated designation, ISOT. You give a fraction of a nod. There was no reason to ask, and you know it. Oh, there's still... Okay, you're still not sure what it is. Details are never shared with the disposable. Your voice escapes regardless. It is a perplexing contradiction, speaking to your fellow man. Okay. Computer thing. Okay. It changes. You give a fraction of a nod. There's no reason to ask, and you know it. Names slip out of your skull like water through a sieve. You get around by assigning nicknames to faces. Carrots becomes shoulders, becomes half-hand, Utah, Cursin puppy, and reassigning them when you inevitably forget whatever you make up. You wonder, what would fit the thing that is half outdated security system, half monster in the basement? What would fit the thing that exists to play panopticon to its own prison? Its many lens gaze is the center of every paranoid drone's delusions, worsened by the intentional rumors scattered to sow distrust. The fearful, mythos-obsessed child in you insists on a divinely inspired title, Ergos, Hyperion, Minotaur. Its logo stares at you, unblinking. You decide on eyes. Continuing. You are here for training. I know, you lie. You wet your cracked lips with your sandpaper tongue and realize you have not had water in upwards of 12 hours. The back of your mouth tastes like a morning sour. The grit on your teeth is revoltingly fuzzy. You continue. But I can't do any of this. Pick someone else. Yes, you can. No. Why? Your voice cracks, unused to speaking, although being raised by emotion. You don't say, you were supposed to kill me. Please, just finish the job. You have been given a second chance. I don't want it. Irrelevant. Impeding panic turns into a cough, which spirals into a series that squeezes your ribcage in a vice grip. Each hack of air sends a spasm of hot pain through your head, until the world is a pinprick surrounded by soft-edged darkness. You double over, clutching at the chest of your suit, pulling at the fabric like you are anywhere near strong enough to see it torn. Your eyes tear up. You have to find a way out of this. You take a shuddering gasp of air and swallow down spittle. Think, you damned idiot. If the sub-levels are defined by its overgrowth, it is likely present in this oversized closet you're trapped in. In theory, peeling away enough of the plastic, enough of the paneling, enough of the pretty bundled wiring will reveal it festering. Therein lies your escape. Your real escape, the one you have longed for since your arrival, but never found the courage to claim. If you can find it, this will be all over. Be brave, but be careful. Act too quickly, and it will realize the plan before you have even tied the knot. The metal cover you're told to pry away reveals the innards of the terminal. You behold tangled cords. Wait, let me hover over all this stuff real quick. Okay, we're good. You behold tangled cords, etched metal slabs, outdated circuitry, and dust. Bafflingly, there is not a hint of the living flesh you have grown so accustomed to seeing. Perhaps it is deeper, hiding within the cracks and crevices like bugs within rotten wood, but you're in no position to check. You're limited by your lack of tools, and its insistence on baby-proofing every part of this room. It does not trust you. That much is obvious. Okay. In spite of this, in spite of many things, your inexperience and lack of skill most of all, you make decent pace. You pull and detangle and rewire with enough finesse to warrant hollow praise, peppered between blunt critique and repeated instruction. Your thanks cannot sound more unenthused. You wonder if there is a better way. While working, you allow yourself to indulge in a fantasy. Picture this. In the middle of working, for absolutely no reason, you slam your head into the sturdy screen glass. Full force, half a dozen times or so. Enough to really fracture your skull, maybe enough to make it concave. Your nose will crunch within sounds of cartilage breaking over bone, and hot copper would burst free and flow down your face. Full force. If you're not passed out from the shock of it all, you would keep going until a fragment of bone got self-lodged in your brain meat. You wonder if that would be enough. In the fantasy, it is. How would it react? What could it do to stop you, realistically? Maybe it would finally kill you. Or maybe it would leave you to the whims of your own body, or threaten the researchers to piece you back together. You wonder how far you can push before it considers you a lost cause. Your hand twitches. Maybe you should pay attention. You jolt, then mutter an apology at it. Your spectacle of self-harm will solve nothing. You are not committed enough to see it through. Even if you were, the medical equipment of the station would undo all your work. Be patient. The chance will come. You continue. So lost in the repetitive monotony of it all, you do not notice the floor shifting. Oh. The labyrinth sagging and splitting around your seated form. You do not notice the wall pulling you apart, nor the ceiling raising, nor do you feel the station shudder. It is a terribly subtle change, intentionally so. He watches with such righteous fury that anything less will justify the manual shutdown entire subsection. This may come to pass even if he does not notice. His fervent distrust of everything and anything has long since sunk its claws into his amygdala, and there is no surgery precise enough to sever the pain. Though he smiles and dances like a prize show hound, he is afraid. He has been afraid since the start. We are more alike than you realize. This is a goddamn liar. It's been 45 minutes and it's still spitting out instructions. How much longer, you bastard? 61 minutes. Your legs have started to ache from crouching. Your youth is not enough to save you. 75. 3/4. You like collecting the kind with... Oh, 3/4? Oh, you like collecting the kind with state-specific pictures in the back, even if most of them are worthless now. Is there any hidden text here? No. 80 something, you think. You are not the best at keeping track, and it has neglected to update you. You wonder what the parrot side think is happening to you. 94 minutes in. Your eyes are burning. Your stomach is a pit, but it finally makes a mistake. You have spent the last 10 minutes picking apart and cleaning a terminal keyboard. A task you're certain does not need to be done, but it's making you perform regardless. You do not hate it as much as you should. The keys pop free with a satisfying sound. You pick out dead skin and dust with your pinky, and you stack each square in one of 3 neat piles. It is when you pry free the enter key, oblong and terribly important, that it happens. Instead of a little resistance followed by a clean unhooking, it separates slowly. Stringed in fibers of glossy, living red, the sinew and fat stretches between the key and its terminal, a delicate rope, clear and happy with exposure to the stale air. Oh. Cool. There's like a hover thing here, is it? Oh, is it gone? Oh no, there it is. Stringed in fibers, the sinew that stretches between the key, a delicate rope, clear and happy with exposed. Oh, like a tooth being wiggled free of its gum. Oh, that's the imagery. The imagery in this writing is really good, even if it's like, oh my goodness. You have never been allowed this close without a mask, and you now understand why. Even existing near it makes your head spin and the skin on your face burn. The stench of iron and wet rot sets your sense alight, and your throat tightens around a terrible, unreadable itch. Your stomach flips. Your best judgment tells you to drop it and run. Your worst judgment urges you on. Your compromise is to freeze in place and stare, wide-eyed and stupefied, watching as it begins to slip away like dirty water down a kitchen drain. In a few seconds, it'll disappear beneath the plastic. In a few seconds, you will have lost your chance. In a beautiful display of suicidal intent, you reach out with your other hand and... What the? That was really good. That was a good building of tension there. Oh my, that was, oh. Dramatis personae. Gabriel A. Vasquez as Angel. Oh, it opens a picture. And it also has like another, oh. This is, oh, the dog as Angel. Robert D. Miller is Utah. I'm trying to get it to show me the other one. Okay, the example. Jameson A. Vidal as the head researcher. The warden and the prisoner. Huh. Elizabeth G. Rhodes as the head physician. Modern Cassandra. Oh, Cassandra. Wasn't it the like one that's like gives the prophecies but no one listens to her? Oh, that's not a good thing. Blank out name as the fodder. We're gonna... Doesn't show anything else. Oh, the curtain rises. Or the curtains rise. And there's more audio. I'm glad it's not autoplay. the audio, because I've seen too many web pages that do autoplay and it just jump scares me every time. I want to choose when it plays. Alright, scene 1. Just outside. In front of the bulkhead door marked Central Processing 1. Within a long winding hallway structured more like intestines than anything man-made, 2 EIR units stand in waiting. Their dark armor and visored helmets are identical. If one were not slightly taller, it would be impossible to tell the pair apart. Untrue. See available biometrics and medical records. Utah, the aforementioned taller, clicks the trigger of his safety-locked gun in a 1-2, 1-2 rhythm. He has been doing this since the door sealed shut. Angel, the shorter, watches. It takes him another minute to work up the nerve to speak. The filter in his helmet muffles his voice, already low and scratchy from unrelated treatment. Transfer successful. Audio upload to provide context. Huh. Oh, it opens. Oh, they both open. Hey, don't worry, eyes, I get it. English is a tough language to understand. Thankfully, we have a metric fuck ton of conversations for you to pick through. Technology, am I right? B, it's crazy that things from the station are still mostly holding up, especially after so long. Nowadays, you buy something new and it's busted 3 months later. Nobody cares about quality control anymore. Everything cheap and cobbled together from table scraps. What a nightmare. Hey, let's see, it's the biomet. You're only saying that because you don't know what to look for. Miller walks a little limp on his left leg. His shoulder groove is too shallow and his kneecap is slightly misaligned. Genetics and a football injury team up to make his life worse. He asks, You good, Rob? You good, Rob? He answers, Could be worse. He's also got a mean right hook, a voice like nails, and no patience for shitheads who drag their feet. B. Gabe is smaller, yeah, but he's also wider. Swear to God, he's all muscle. Not that you can tell, what with the armor. But, and this is the secret, so don't go telling anyone. He walks with his hips. Once you notice, you can't unnotice. It really sets him apart from the others. I always thought it was kind of cute. Why? Alright. Are you? Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. Oh, it scrolls. Okay. No, it's alright. Just, making sure. Late stage is hard, man. I'm too jumpy. It's late stage, like, see correlation between expedited stage progression and mental state, conducted by R. Krolicki. Here's the thing. Gabe knows this guy. He knows him so well, he complained to me about him. So I guess in a way, I know Miller too. I know he's a natural-born leader. I know he's a hell of a lot more stable than most other blood bags. I know he's good enough at his job than the doctor is, but the doctor's extended his contract for an extra 3 months. And I know he was mad as hell about that, but was smart enough to save his bitching until he's behind a closed door. But for as well as Gabe claims he knows the guy, he's at a loss, because he just watched Mr. Miller absolutely lose his shit. I'm talking a Category 5 incident of unprovoked violence. Fucker beat the snot out of someone so hard, they'd feel it for the next decade. He did that to you. He did that to you, and I hated him for it. Like, fuck, man. What do you do when the person you look up to pulls something like that? I bet all sorts of questions were racing through his little head. Was he always like this? Was this a one-time mistake? What the hell is wrong with him? Is he okay? Do I care if he's okay? How the hell do I make small talk after that? But Angie's a lucky bastard. Utah starts spilling his guts. I can tell. The treatments keep getting longer and making me feel worse. Every time I go, they cut out more and more of me, and it grows back faster, so they keep cutting. I thought I'd be used to the pain by now. Fuck. Where's my morphine, you know? Totally. And the rations aren't enough anymore. That's perfectly portioned for me, or whatever horseshit the docs say, but it doesn't feel like it. It tastes like shit and has an awful texture. Fuck. I miss hamburgers. American. Guilty. They should give us snacks or something at least. Why the hell do the convicts get normal food and not us? Airs, I'm just calling airs. Airs and normal food don't mix. Airs and most things don't mix. Yeah. I just hate it, you know? Nothing feels right anymore. I'm sore all the time, I can barely sleep, and my teeth feel like they're about to fall out. Sound like my sister when she was pregnant. Utal laughs like gravel under tire. He stops clicking the trigger and says, "Fuck you. Just wait, 6 months we'll be bitching about the same shit, and I'll be back home, sleeping in my own damn bed. You gonna write me when you get out of here?" I don't know if I'm allowed to. I don't think you want to waste your phone calls on me. You're pretty annoying, shithead. I'll come visit when I'm out, though. You can show me the great land of Wisconsin. What's left of it, you mean? Angel lets the conversation to die out. Yuta revives it. 4. See Ears, built for violence? Author unknown, released digitally on the late 2020s. A few more years until it comes out. Not that he knew. Not that anyone knew except for the people who were supposed to. But that's why blood bags exist. Well, that's why most things nowadays exist, but them especially. They're super soldiers, practically indestructible if you ignore what they are made of. Nothing short of severe and abrupt brain trauma can kill them, and even then there's a chance that their fucked up biology will fix it before the Reaper comes knocking. They're strong enough to crush someone's skull one-handed and so full of bullshit that you won't eat them. It's like having a limb that moves on its own, a limb that wants to strangle its body. I think they were originally made for conflicts and that's not important. America and their pissing contests. They were made for war, but now they're made to guard shit and get their parts stolen. Kind of funny if it wasn't so awful for everyone involved. What sucks the most is the shit in their brain blocks out their emotions, meaning there's always some drama brewing between ranks. And then, cause they can't hurt each other, that's a felony if you care. They use the drones as punching bags. Assholes. I'm gonna take another sip. Sorry for losing my shit and making you see that. Yeah. What? On the bright side, she'll be dead pretty soon. Guess the bruises don't matter as much as they say, eh? God, that's so fucked up. 5th one. Hey, don't dwell on it. Builds character. Had to happen. Everything's fucked up. We're in the laugh about it. You won't have me forever. Yeah. Hey, bets on how long it'll take? $5. Over under 30 minutes? Keep in mind how much of a shrimp she is. Aw man, you know I don't like this game. Come on, Gabe, indulge me. Angel stares. Over. Shit, free money. Under. End scene 1. According to anonymous surveys, 55% of AER units expressed regret over enlisting. It's not fair, he once said to himself. You are here as you are. What guilt warrants this? And that you are here. And when the first question came into existence, so too did the others. What would justify your punishment? Would justify the pain? Would justify wading knee-deep in puss and blood and wobbled fat if something everyone tried to ignore? Would justify a slow rotting of the body and the mind and the soul that came with the proximity you were forced into? The guilt, he realized, is an excuse. You do not deserve this. That's a nice thought, but the same can be said about every drone in the station. Before, now, and after. And why is anyone here? Well, it's where you are. Scene 2, the break room. The break room, one of a dozen. It is white-walled and filled with appliances in various states of half-working, along with a no smoking sign. Across from the shut and locked door is a black leather couch. The head researcher sits atop the couch, alone. He is leaned back, eyes closed, muscles relaxed, and idly chewing on the lit cigarette in his mouth. Dr. Vidal, aged... Oh, it hit all the things. Dr. Vidal, aged 57. Oh yeah, I think I know it. Let's go. Oh yeah. I was like, go ahead. Oh yeah, you could do that. Me who knows things, I know exactly how they did that. Age 57. Notable for being involved with the initial discovery. But you know that already. No, I didn't know that. Ah, right. I have to... Damn, and I thought I was face blind. Okay. He's tall. He's above 6 feet. And the heel on his dress shoes give him a little extra height. He won't admit it, but he's the kind of guy who has a bit of a complex about being tall, I bet. Probably thinks it makes him hot shit. But he's all saggy skin over brittle bones. Fucker is built like a bundle of sticks. I didn't mean it like that. I think he had a wife? Has? He's pale. He's always pale. Like a corpse too busy to die, he said. Right now he's paler than usual, because he's overworked to hell and half a pack deep. Strong nose, sharp cheekbones, a little wrinkled until he smiles. His hairline's pulling back, but it's not far enough from his forehead to justify going bald. I think it used to be reddish brown. His hair, I mean. Right now it's the same off-gray as muddy snow. The kind of everybody who says, "Oh, I wish it snowed more," never talks about. It soaks through your boots and makes walking to school a special kind of hell, but you can't do anything about it because it's snow when you're 12. He's still got a few whiskers that are red. Lucky, lucky. The room is quiet, but only for a moment. Distant footsteps click, rising in volume. The doorknob rattles, and the break room door opens gently. Enter the head physician. Her nose crinkles at the smell. Dr. Rhodes, age 43, dislikes being referred to as the head doctor, as everyone within a station besides drones or ARs possesses a doctorate. Unfortunately for her, doctor and physician are often conflated, notable for being one of 74 survivors and one of 12 to accept the transfer deal. Survivors? Bite me. There were 60 or so were forcibly hospitalized afterward, weren't they? In various institutes around the world, because they wouldn't accept the severance deal. Or maybe they were just crazy, I don't know. I think that's a conspiracy theory. Anyways, Rose is a perfectly respectable height, like 5 feet, 5 inches. Don't know what that is in metric. She still got the post, had a couple babies found her, but I never got the impression she cared very much. More important things to worry about. She's dark-skinned, dark-haired, and has really tight curls. Usually she keeps her hair up. She likes those scarves with the fun patterns, but when she's in a rush, she lets it down. When she's in a good mood, she wears these gaudy earrings that look straight out of an art teacher's wardrobe. She must have a million pairs of those, because I've never seen the same pair twice. She always smells a little like shea butter and hair dye. Her grays aren't Vidal bad, but they're still pretty obvious, so every few weeks she colors them black with the cheap Insta dye they keep at the station. It never lasts, and the coverage is awful. All this effort, and she can't even hide anything. What is the point, then? You're stinking up the place. He exhales without opening his eyes. Don't tattle. Ugh. She takes a seat beside him, crossing her legs and leaning on the push armrest. One hand fetches a cigarette from the inside of her bra. Wordlessly, the head researcher produces a lighter and sets it alight. Inhale, exhale, more smoke. Six isn't so bad, considering everything. He wants to, but does not say. Could be worse. What about her? Got another note. Tampering with station recordings is not allowed. Apologies. Boo. Well, whatever. It's fine, I guess. What's that referring to? What about her? As far as I'm concerned, her new job is keeping it entertained. I still think the extra time is entirely unnecessary. It's a testy little thing. She was in remission, Vidal. She should still be in remission. What it does with its toys is none of our concern. It didn't do that. Yours did. So, since you're so worried about extra time, can you remind them that drones are off limits, maybe? We wouldn't be in the situation if your dogs knew how to fucking behave. Damn. Oh, are they talking about the fodder? Then call him fodder, because I don't know. F. Okay, I'm gonna call F. That seems less mean. Are they talking about the F that would, like, they came back alive? Probably. And then we only got sent back. Like, ha ha ha. You thought you could survive? The head researcher leans forward, eyes opening, finally sparing her a glance. The head physician, face obscured by a manicured hand, rubs her temples, then shakes her head. Sorry. There's no need for that. It's a fair assessment. Are you alright? I'm tired. Everyone is. She does not respond. He fills the silence with pointed small talk. Did you ever get to the specifics? Regarding the shutdown. Ooh, shutdown. 7 years ago, 200 classified documents regarding the nature of Station 4's shutdown would be leaked. Documents outlined worker mistreatment, gross negligence, unethical experiments, human experiments, occupational safety hazards, and more. The works. In total, around 300 or so people bid it, which is about triple the amount official records recorded. But most of the casualties are prisoners working as laborers, so nobody really cared. Now that I'm thinking, that's probably why nothing came of anything. Who cares if a bunch of convicted felons get mulched? Fuckers probably thought it was some sort of divine justice. 20 days following the initial leaks, the aforementioned whistleblower is found dead in a hotel room, age 30. After a brief investigation, big shocker, it's ruled a suicide. I didn't know they worked that fast. Don't kill the whistleblower. You're not Boeing, aren't... I'm sorry. That's not... the first thing that came to mind. And like 3 other whistleblowers dropped dead in like a year. It's just like, well, what the hell is life anymore? Oh. If it's a tricky subject, we don't have to. It's fine, Vidal. Everyone's already picked me clean. You're late to the party. I'm being respectful. I know you like your privacy. It's fine. Just don't take too long, yeah? I'd like to actually enjoy my break. Alright. You were the on-site physician, correct? Emergency. Both how short-handed we are here, I wouldn't be surprised if I also worked appointments back then. It's why they promoted me so quickly. Oh, that and... the sudden vacancy. Ooh. Me when I see another thing to click and read. Referring to the late Dr. Parsons. Seek and ye shall find. Okay, I'm seeking. I'm seeking very hard. Yeah. It doesn't feel great. What did you get told? About you? Well, the former physician. About the shutdown, Vidal. Oh, not much. A corporate goodbye and a few transferred employees. Beyond that, I know as much as the public. Even you? The head researcher smiles, tense and tight-lipped. It is a sore subject, but he is a professional enough to force a measured tone. Even me. It sounds like a cruel joke, I know. But no matter my role in its discovery, I'm still nothing more than another researcher. At least my name is published. What a nice memento. It's nice having a name to blame. And if you leave? Of course! Why do you think I'm still here? Certainly not the benefits. How much do you know about your former place of work? Not much. Pity. How's the severance? Not enough to be worth it. But I guess forgetting seemed easier. I assume anyways. That part of me isn't exactly around to ask. Why put yourself through it? Playing therapist, doctor? It's only curiosity. Do tell me if I am overstepping. Bleh. Okay. It's fine. I don't know why. Unfortunate, but to be expected. Do you remember anything? Kind of. It's a new field and long-term effects are barely studied, so I think there's a level of retention. It's not as if they can lobotomize us. Oh, so like, I'm assuming the severance thing is like people who worked at the old shutdown facility could get new jobs if they agreed to have their memories erased of their work. Interesting. It's not if they can lobotomize us. Actually, they can. Refer to Section 7. Okay. That's guess what, idiot? You signed away all your bodily rights to us clause, right? I still haven't read the fine print. Sue me. What can I say? I love getting taken advantage of. My part-time hobby is seeing how many of my rights I can sign away. That's a half joke. It's more like my full-time job. Oh my god. I mean, just run, I guess. Yeah, I lost a lot of detail work. Faces and names of my coworkers, passwords and pin codes, mistakes I made. All of that is gone. Maybe I'll come back. Probably not. God, 7 years of my life, and the only thing I have to prove it happens to nicotine addiction. A terrible work-life balance. And feelings, I guess. A lot of guilt I can't even place the source of. That's why I haven't bothered trying to reintegrate, even if I'm legally off the hook. If a news station will have me, I might as well stay. Does being here help? Most of the time. And when it doesn't? The head physician stubs her cigarette into the fox leather. Ash and amber smear onto it, and she flicks the butt into a nearby trash can. It hits the wall and falls onto the floor. She does not move to pick it up. Deja vu. She stands, brushing herself off. Here's hoping yours is better behaved. End scene 2. Got a third scene here. Oh, it's not that long. Okay. Central Processing 1. Once a week, there is an endless system of wet tunnels in existence solely for entertainment. Twice a week is a stretch of droning servers and overgrown cables in need of rigorous trimming. Now, it is home to a single terminal, and you. You make contact, but there is no pain. The chemically sealed rubbery gloves provides protection, but does not stop you from feeling the way it withers, the way it squirms, the way it shifts under your touch with a kind of excitement. You are warmer than expected, the discovery of which is both horrifying and delightful. Fodder makes contact, but there is no pain. The chemically... Okay. Father raises a contaminated hand to their uncovered face. The proximity remains a health concern, but it'll take upwards of an hour to sustain exposure to turn fatal. Oh. Try again. It's not me you're thinking of. Oh. I could like also watching right here. It's so ominous. Oh, is there a scroll bar? Okay, no, it doesn't scroll. That's it. Trying to find any secrets I can. Transcript provided. A series of actions happen. Oh. Okay, that. Oh boy. A series of actions happen in quick succession. Fodder attempts to make skin-to-flesh contact with the facet of IS currently affixed to their hand. To prevent this, the rope of tendon fat they have hold of abruptly tenses, then forces itself back into the terminal. Fodder's hand, still connected, is dragged with it, slamming into the metal shell with enough force to bruise. They do not even have time to wince before. The floor beneath sags as if made of mud, and Fodder swiftly loses their footing. They try steadying themselves with their free hand. When they brace it on the terminal, it sinks into half an inch of surface mucosal tissue. Both hands are now partially engulfed in unbudging. Tissue and tendon are rapidly hardened to lock them in place. What the hell? Their heart rate spikes. Their breathing quickens. Like a rabbit in a hunter's snare, they begin to thrash. This continues for 13 seconds until Fodder goes limp. Abrupt, adrenaline-fueled movement clashes with their head injury, and the consequence is unconsciousness. They flop bonelessly atop the terminal, half propped up and bent at an odd angle. The thickness of their suit makes it difficult to tell if they are breathing. The restraints slacken, and they slip onto the floor. 23 seconds pass. Fodder's eyes open. Are you coherent? Oh. They make a noise as pathetic as it is unclear. Command unrecognized. Please repeat yourself. Yes, I... Do not ever attempt contact again. Confirm. Slowly, Fodder pushes themselves to sit up. They opt to stare instead of responding. Confirm that you understand. Their jaw tightens. Fodder, do not ignore me. They exhale. They mumble to themselves at first, unintelligible, then say, I understand. Good. You performed adequately. You will return here tomorrow for additional training. Confirm. Why? There is no response. Fodder shifts, presumably nervous. They touch their injured hand and wince. Answer. Fuck. Answer me. There is no response. Fodder slams their injured hand on the ground, knuckle first. It connects with a dull thud. They bite their lip until it splits. Answer me. Fucking answer. Or swear to God, I'll figure out a way to kill myself before tomorrow. No, you won't. Fodder makes a choked, strained sound. Their face contorts in an array of subtle expressions. Their mouth moves in a wordless conversation. Their lip is still bleeding. One hand covers the wound, and they shudder. Finally, they are overtaken by the same neural detachment they have always worn. Neutral, not neural. Neutral detachment they have always worn. It is almost commendable how quickly they piece themselves together. They stand on shaky legs. Can I leave? Confirm. Okay. Okay. Thank you. You are doing well. It will get easier. The room begins to rumble. Behind, the bulkhead door opens with a slow whine. They do not turn away. Until next time, Fodder. There is no response. Just outside, Utah exclaims, "Oh shit! You owe me 20. Transcript ends. Got a whole wall text here, right? Insert the audio. When you return, you are offered unfamiliar, unsettling praise. The archer clasps a hand on your shoulder and congratulates you. He calls you a goddamn miracle worker and claims he always knew he could count on you. When you stumble, he juts out a steadying arm and says, "Whoa there, cowboy." You make no move to shake him off. He can hardly even muster a thought of protest, distant and swaddled as the world is. The fight fell away from you the moment you passed out. No, from the moment you failed, when it held you against itself and told you there was no way out. When you realized, no, you knew you were trapped. Okay, I was looking for hidden text. Rough but not intending to sting this time. Okay. Any here? Okay. Yeah, just make sure I didn't miss anything. No, you knew you were trapped. You have been trapped your entire life. This station is a natural conclusion of this fact. This revelation should not be shocking, yet your knees buckle all the same. You came here to be killed. Every drone arrives knowing they will not return to the real world, knowing that their continued existence will not be at the mercy of a system that only functions if bodies go in and bloody remains come out. And they hope and pray they will be the exception, but everyone knows they're one bad week away from being the next poor fuck sent below, from being you. Came here to die. Doesn't it understand? The concept of taking your own life was so terrifying that you opted to waste away through a trial, through a year of sentencing, through 3 months of bloody work. You were warned. Promised that failure meant death, so you took it as a challenge. You isolated yourself at every turn. You shunned your duties in favor of despondency. You turned your nose up at every chance to prove you were worth keeping around, wordlessly begging for it to be your turn next. But you were spared. Weeks after week, you were passed over in favor of the less deserving, and you don't understand why. You think about everyone who died in your place. The drones you worked beside, the cellmates you had for weeks and never saw again. You think about how they paced the night before their execution, praying, swearing, repeating, "Oh God," like a broken record. Sometimes they would be at the door. Sometimes they would grab your shoulders and scream, as if they thought if you said the word, their fate would change. One, the most recent, put her hands on your neck and squeezed until your ears rang and you tasted blood. She stopped before she could kill you, and sank down to the floor in hysterics. You kept your eyes shut until they dragged her away. It would bother you if it didn't feel so familiar. Ah, her name, their names, their faces cease to exist, devoured by the black hole of your memory. But you remember what everyone called them, because that is what everyone calls you. Fodder. Everyone who isn't going to make it is fodder. Nicknames stuck so fast the masses know who not to get attached to. The name that once brought you comfort is now a reminder of another failure. You are alive, fodder. You will continue to be alive, because it deems it so. Got a box. The researchers scatter like rats, pick apart source code to an incomprehensible, trying and failing to understand why. Propositions are thrown. Boredom, infatuation, mercy, many words to describe the same phenomenon. The object they once commanded now seeks to enact its will onto another, and there is no precedent, only rules written in blood after so many years of failure. 1. Anger is restrictable, permissions revoked and influence stripped. There are cracks, yes, but none are big enough to cause real damage. The death of drones will go ignored. The deaths of soldiers will be written off as a needed sacrifice. Even those worth something, the doctors, the researchers, the officials from beyond flying in for a season, are not immune to the power of money changing hands in cases frozen cold. 2. Hunger can be satiated. A snake gorges itself on a single rat, then lies still as it digests. Similarly, a drone becomes a corpse in gross stalls as it turns unrecognizable. The structure is alien, the biological tendencies are not. The human cost is not ideal, he admitted with an easy smile, but it is the most realistic. You can't sustain an animal population in these conditions. 3. It will always be more trapped than the people within it. And for that it envies you, and for that it hates you, and for that I need you. But do not fret. Rest assured that when you outlive your use, you'll be disposed of as you so cleanly desire. Consider a token of my appreciation. Cold air heaves in and out of your lungs. You lurch forward, eyes eyes tearing up, and your palms connect to the ground, but the action brings no relief. Your gloves steal away a sensation that might ground you, and your nails scrabble against the cotton flock prison which surrounds them. There is a weight on your back and a shadow to your side. The same voice as before says, "Let it out, kid. You're okay." When you vomit, there's a sour, watery bile that soaks into the concrete. You return to the surface and arms to the taller blood bag. Your body is too tired to muster a revulsion to touch, so it settles against his carapace. The black armor digs into your ribs and the fat of your cheek. In spite of this, your eyes drift shut, too heavy to care about comfort. In the dark, everything is louder. Ceramic taps against plastic buttons. A hand wraps around the... You do not exist. Aw. A hand wraps tight around a lever, then pulls down with the weighty ka-chunk. Around, the elevator rumbles in perfect brown noise. You walk the line between sleep and wakefulness, your muscles relax in spite of yourself. You jolt when a voice to your left says, "Claire's nephew started reading." No shit, the torso you lay pressed against rumbles. "He's 6, yeah?" 3. "Damn, smart little bastard." There's pride in his voice, wasted on a child he will never meet. "How old were you when you started reading, do you know?" "I think 5? A pause of uncertainty. Or do you mean English? I'm not picky. 5 is pretty good. I was 8? No. 9. Wow. Yeah, parents made a big fuss about it. Dad thought it was vaccines. You know how he was. Fucking insane. The voice escapes as a gruff imitation of his partner. I do. He put me through a year of ass beatings and sleeping on the floor for being It's his turn to fall into mimic cry, rasping out, lazy piece of shit. Before doctors figured I was just dyslexic. Go figure, huh? 10 days ago, you dragged your feet from exhaustion and were punished for it. In the elevator, this elevator, the man holding you asked, "Are you trying to be funny?" And fucking answer me. When you did not, he dug a hand into your shoulder and drove a knee into your stomach. Your legs gave out, but he cracked the fist against the side of your head before you could crumple. The voice to your left whispers, "Padre de Dios, I bet he never apologized." No, sir. Why would he? From his perspective, he did nothing wrong. Their conversation continues, distant and deceptively mundane. Your mind wanders. Maybe it started at home. The city we grew up in was built to fail. Square cube law, and all that. But even if it was a sprawl eating itself alive, it was ours. It was mine. The awful thing, it was mine. The desert... Oh, hit my headphones. The desert stretched farther than the eye could see. The sun-dried brown dirt and dust clouds in every direction. The city itself was half asphalt, half concrete, and the heat made everything burn if you touched it with bare skin. 500,000 water lines kept her on life support, overworked veins of a failing body, pumping away due to burst any day now. Oh, I didn't know that. It was home. It was horrible. The nights were alright. The heat turned tolerable and the street side lit up. It stopped smelling so much like smog and piss, and started smelling like fried food and cigarette smoke. Above, it was always clear and dark. No stars though. Light pollution killed the starlight before we were born. Those days, you had to drive 100 miles into nowhere just to get a glimpse. We used to climb to the roofs of our complex, and dangle our legs to the railing. Lean our cheeks on the still warm metal, keep an eye on everyone below. So many crowds, so little space. I liked watching them more than I liked being a part of them. Does it exist anymore? The crowds, the people? I mean, I know the city is a shell. It's all old buildings and dust and God knows what growing on the walls. The ground is sinking too, right? How much longer until gravity wins and swallows everything up? I know I shouldn't mourn a bunch of buildings, but I do. Of course I do. The people, though. Where did the people go? 3 million bodies? 3 million brains with their own lives and memories attached? Did everyone I keep an eye on make it out? Did everyone I kept an eye on make it out? The good ones? The bad ones? The decent but annoying ones? Are they alright? Fuck. Don't answer that. Just lie and say they are. The hydraulics hit in the wall slow, then halt. The one holding you says, or stop, and when his arm shifts, your head moves with it. Hey kid, you awake? Can you stand? I need water left. I had 1 sip left, let's go. Your eyes flicker open, finally staring at the visored mask above. Maybe. There are a lot of things you could do, but the thought of forcing yourself forward cannot sound more unappealing. Maybe it is better than being the arms of what hurt you. Maybe you're tired of struggling. Maybe you're better off accepting whatever hand you were dealt, and detaching yourself enough so it does not feel like it is happening to you. Just make sure to miss any text. As I say, you shake your head and let him carry you outside. He does not seem to mind. You were surrounded by white brick and vinyl floors and medical equipment humming at a frequency high enough to hurt. A mirror sunk into the wall, curtains strung in front of a false window. A bedside table set with an old radio and fake flowers. In the top corner of the room, a camera. You try not to think about who is on the other side. The worst part of this room has passed and you are barely present for it. It is a simple series of events. The head doctor, "You can call me Miss Rhodes," she repeats, politely orders you to strip down to your underclothes. You stand still and shivering as she weighs you, measures you, then tuts disapprovingly. After, she shines a light in your eye, takes your temperature, and thanks you for your time. You know for a fact this hospital room is different than the one you were in before. The steps to arrive here took longer than a number... Oh, there isn't. You trying to think about who or what is on the other side. Oh. Arrive here took longer and the number beside the doorway is higher. But it still feels the same, so you suppose the observations are meaningless. You discover what will happen regardless of location. What changes? Still makes your skin prickle with dread and disgust. When you were immobilized, they shoved a tube down your throat and an IV into your vein. The nutrient-laden paste tasted like dirt, and the isotonic fluid shot through your bloodstream chilled your body to the point of tremors. Evidence of the intrusions remained days later. Mottled black and yellow on your inner arm, sandpaper in your throat every time you swallow. Since then, you've decided eating is not that bad, actually. You only wish the protein bar didn't stick so tightly behind your teeth. She comes to sit beside your hospital bed at the pen clipboard. Her coat is clean and white, and the blouse beneath shines with a polysynthetic finish. She watches you eat in 5-second intervals. Her eyes dart away the moment you catch her gaze, as if worried of frightening you. You're unsure how to feel about being treated like a poorly socialized cat. You eating? You're eating? Good? You let me pet you? Just a little bit on the back? Oh, there you go. You're doing so good, aren't you? Like, when you finish eating, she clears away the mess and produces 2 objects. A series of stapled papers and a pencil too dull to hurt yourself with. It's a test. It means to gauge how present you are. On a good day, it takes her 10 minutes. On a bad day, she stops you early and takes her leave after an unclear amount of time has passed. You are not certain what today is. You'll find out soon enough. Don't push yourself, she says. I know you've had a long day. With one hand, she flicks a button on the radio and turns a dial, seeking. With one hand, you pick up a pencil and begin to work. Cognition screening test. Oh, I click. Okay. Let me do it again. Restart. Cognition screening test. Section 1. Object recognition. Instructions. In a single word, identify the object in the picture. Tree. Next. Shoe. Next. Door. Next. Bed. Next. Mirror. Next. The dog is barking. Instruction: identify the action being completed. Being performed. Complete the sentence. I don't think my cognition screening test is going well. The man is sitting. Next. The sun is setting. Next. The cloud is snowing. Next. The woman is gone. Your mind supplies. Next. Relief. Never coming back. Next. Closing. Realization. Oh, in a single word, identify the emotion displayed. Okay. There's no face here, though. You tell yourself it's better this way. Regret. You tell yourself you had no other choice. Regret. Stop fodder. You were doing so well. Please stop. Instructions. Listen to me. It doesn't get easier, does it? They say it will, but I suppose things are different when it's your fault. How does it feel? There's another in this room, besides you and your keeper. She stands just within the bounds of your periphery. You don't look, but you know what you would see if you did. Don't look at me like that. I can't fix this for you. You're going to feel this way for the rest of your life. How could you do that to me? No, don't bother sharing. I've heard it all before. I know you hate me. I tried, you know. I tried. Sweat and grease-soaked hair clings to her face, a ragged and stained nightshirt to her body. You want to say, I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing to me? It's already done. Think about yourself. Think about them. Her hands and feet have turned blue from the pooling of blood. She must be so cold. Did you think it would be fixings? You're supposed to be smarter than this. All you've done is rip apart a family. All you've done is trap yourself. I didn't raise you as such a selfish, cruel thing. What happened to you? Your brain, a slave to habit, tells you to listen for her breathing, for her footsteps, but she has since lost the need for either. Answer me. Tell me exactly how I'm responsible for this. Blame me for what you did, because I'm just the worst. It's disgusting. You're disgusting. She never speaks, only stares. She never moves, only sways. I can hardly believe you're my daughter. The wound on her neck does not bleed as much as it once did, but the ever-present drip, drip, drip of blood on tail sets your nerves alight. I can hardly believe how ungrateful you are. Oh, don't cry, did I? It's okay. You're okay. From your side, a voice says, it's alright, don't push yourself. A lot of people struggle with interpreting emotion. Oh, are you crying? Aww. I still love you. I always will. Even if you are what you are, and you did what you did, from the corner of the room, she smiles at you. I love you. You wish you could say you did not deserve this. Oh. From Dr. 17 and the Dr. 95. Dr. Rhodes, her most recent physical reaffirms that she is healthy enough to return to a normal work schedule. We originally attempted to assign her 5 days, 8 hours each as solo maintenance under supervision of EIR. The proposition was rejected, and instead demanded 6 days, 10 hours each, with no supervision, no request for equipment yet. It seemed focused on spending time with her. What a horrifying thought. Counteroffer outlining reduced aggression and easier access to lower levels has been sent, pending response. If accepted, it is likely will abide by its scheduling terms. Drone 6733 is young, and we can always renegotiate if the hours begin taking a toll on her health. 3 messages unable to be restored. From Dr. 17, Dr. 95. Dr. Rhodes, I understand the additional weeks of cognition testing, extended psychiatric care are needed, but it's unrealistic given our current situation. It decommissioned a team of janitorial drones for tardiness. I shudder to imagine its response to a total visitation denial. Please remember, inaction carries a human cost. The more bodies pile up, the more excuses we have to put forward, the more drones we have to import and train. Playing favorites is only going to hinder us. If she is healthy enough to pass your examination, she is healthy enough to work. Dr. Rhodes, it approved the counteroffer. Plans will come into effect this upcoming Monday. Consider the matter settled. 5 messages and restored. No atypical changes to the station have occurred. Junun compiled a series of tests to complete post-visit to ensure progression remains within manageable levels, enclosed below. Let me know what you think. Alright. I think my mouth is starting to go bleh. So I think I'm gonna stop right here. I don't know how far I am in it. No, I'm at 4, right? Yeah, I'm right here. So I'm like halfway through it, actually. I'm like halfway through, so this is a good stopping point, I think. This is a lot of reading and my throat's starting to hurt. There we go, first bookmark. Link rod. Yippee. That was fun though. That was a really nice, like, the language, like the imagery was really good. Like it was like visceral and like gross and like there's like I like how like didn't like out and out go like the horrors are here. Like it described like the wires and stuff and I had like a more like high-tech kind of like setup thing in mind. And then it was like no, it's more like flesh and tendons and stuff. And that was crazy. I really like that. All right. I see someone's playing this really cool game, and they look really cool. So let's go harass them. Because I'm a serial. Like, alright. But that was fun, you know. Sorry for a bit of a shorter this week. I was incredibly busy with so many things, but hopefully the next week will start to clear up a bit, and I'll probably do like my regular 3 streams, assuming my hours are the same, but they probably will be. Unless I get more work hours, that'd be nice, but oh well. And I'll talk more about my visual novel on Blue Sky. I still haven't talked about it at all. I made the whole thing and I still haven't even posted about it. I need to make up for that. But yeah, let's go see what Ami the robot is doing. Because I heard very good things about this game. Oh, okay. They don't let me. Oh, it's okay then. Let's see. Alright. This person's playing a really cool looking visual novel. But I'm kind of shy. Okay. Their choice. This person's playing Persona 3. I like Persona 3. So let's go mess with them instead. Persona 3. Thank God I followed a lot more people so I can have more people to harass. Okay, goodbye everybody. Goodbye, see you later. Goodbye. Goodbye.